じて
Alright, welcome back to another episode of Nighttime Series. Today's video is going to be packed, man, because there's so much that happened today. The Hulk buff was bugged for a little bit, but now it's back. I also want to tell you why I haven't made a video on the Hulk buff just yet. And also I want to talk about Viv Vision and the big situation with her that needs to be addressed because, oh my gosh, it is quite sad, man. And I also want to talk about the current alliance war that's going on because this alliance war is crazy. I cannot wait to post a video for it tomorrow. It's going to be nuts, man. So yeah, a very packed episode, and let's just not waste any time. Let's get into it. So the Hulk buff came out and it was like bugged immediately because his traumas and physical vulnerabilities were not pausing at all during Gamma Rage, and that was just a big piece of his kit, right? So he was hitting like a massive noodle in like the first hour or so of his buff, and eventually got fixed. But like, man, when can Kabam like drop an update with no bugs? Here's the answer: never, apparently, because like this has happened so many times, man. It's just like so annoying each and every time. But the buff is now like properly fixed, and he's looking pretty nice so far, I must say. The damage output looks very, very good. He looks light on the utility, but he seems very, very solid in the damage department, which is kind of like a good thing for Battlegrounds especially. And I want to make a video on this guy, but I can't just yet because I haven't updated, because we are currently in an alliance war, right? So we have to like not update until we've done our fight, so we can just make sure that there's no problems with like the gameplay of our like devices and all that. So yeah, I can't update just yet, but now I just finished on my war fight, so I can update. So I'm going to be updating now, and I'll be like posting the video for a Hulk tomorrow, it seems. So yeah, I cannot wait to test this guy. I've been just like waiting to do my war fights so impatiently because I just want to play with this guy ASAP. So yeah, now let's talk about something a little bit more like gloomy. Let's talk about Viv Vision. Now, I understand that you have to balance characters, right? But I feel like going after their base stats is one of the worst ways to balance a champion. And Kabam did just that with Viv Vision, and it is quite sad, man. So basically, if you are like a progressing player that hasn't mastered parry, or like just, you know, someone who isn't comfortable like pairing special attacks or anything like that, then you just cannot use Viv Vision, it seems, because her block efficiency is 10% at a rank 5 6-star level. 10%, man. For comparison, most block efficiencies are in the 64 to 70% range. I think 64 is like the direct average. So that's 54% below the average block efficiency. I know what you're thinking, right? She can just phase parry, right? So it doesn't matter if she can block or not. Well, here's the thing. You can't always phase parry unless you have solar energy on you, right? So if you're out of solar energy and you have to do a parry, you're just like pretty much taking a direct hit to the face. So that is just incredibly annoying, man. And additionally, you have to be able to master like well-timed blocked multiple times, so you can just like parry certain special attacks. Let's say Apocalypse, right? His special attacks have a lot of projectiles, right? You have to master the parry for like all of them pretty much, because if you like take a single blocked hit from an APOC special attack, it's gonna hurt. And I know you're thinking, right? Well, she has a ton of health anyway, right? So you can just like, you know, survive there. But no, the cherry on top is that her health pool is the 10th lowest in the game. So she has the lowest block efficiency by like a country mile, and she has the 10th lowest health pool. That is just not good for like me, at least, because I love safe champions. And I know that she will be safe for the most part, but like pretty much if there is any sort of miss counter there or any form of ability accuracy reduction, you just will get obliterated, right? Because her phase parry is affected by ability accuracy, right? So she can't counter like, you know, any sort of modification to her phase parry ability. Additionally, she is also not any like way resistant to miss counters. So if like an opponent counters miss, she will just get like one shot pretty much. So I understand like how they tried to balance her, but I feel like this is the worst way to do it, by like giving her negative stats on the block and like on just her health pool, because it means if you're not a professional player or like you don't have this champion mastered, she will be very, very unfriendly to you. So this is a bit like sad to see. Also, like her crit rate's at like 4%, which is just, oh, that is just like the cherry on top, it feels like, man. Her base stats are easily the worst in the entire game, and it's just super unfortunate. I hope that her base abilities help like counteract that. Of course, the phase parry is going to be very, very good, but in situations where you can't rely on it like 100%, like, you know, like because of a disorient or something, or you just can't like miss the opponent at all, then that's what she'll like start to be very, very problematic. But I want the best for this champion because she looks awesome and the animations are so clean. She looks so much fun to play. I need this champion ASAP. I will try to make her look as good as possible because I am just a big fan of this champion from like the deep dive and all that. So yeah, I hope that she is much better than like it seems so far. And lastly, let's talk about the alliance war that's going on right now, because we are up against 4Loki, and if you don't know who 4Loki is, that is like the YouTuber like paradise, man. All the big YouTubers are there. It seems like a very chill place, and like it just seems pretty cool to be over there. But we are up against them right now, and it's a super close war. I think it's like 100 to 150, and also like 2 deaths to 2 deaths, right? So it's a very tight war. We are on the losing side so far, so we have to finish all our fights with like perfect poise, and then we'll be able to get the win by fight time. So yeah, very close war, and I think that's about it. So let me know your thoughts on like everything that I talked about, you know, like the Hulk buff, Viv Vision, if I'm like being too overprotective, or if like I'm worrying too much about the character, because I just want the best for this champion, man. I want it to be as good as possible. So like any slight little like stat decrease I see, or any like little thing that seems harmful to the character, I just get really upset over. So yeah, man, maybe it's just me overreacting, but it's not looking too great so far, man. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on all this, and yeah, it's about it for me.